Greetings. There are 7 pillars in a relationship: accountability, character, communication, love, maturity, team dynamics, vulnerability, and the foundation that they rest upon, which is called trust. Today, we're going to talk about maturity. Stay tuned. So what is maturity? Maturity is the ability to respond to your environment in an appropriate manner. Appropriate meaning being learned rather than instinctive. What does it mean to be mature in a relationship? That means developing and holding on to and utilizing these components. Intellectual maturity, which is knowing how the world and how relationships actually work. It's independent decision making, but being aware that your choices come with consequences. Emotional maturity, acknowledging your emotions but not being ruled by them. That's where you have to balance empathy with compassion. Another component of maturity in a relationship is responsibility, which is an obligation to perform a specific task. Now, responsibility falls into about 3 different areas. There's personal responsibility, which is how do you take care of yourself? Meaning, do you live on your own? Do you have your own career, your goals, your own dreams, your own plan? There's financial responsibility, which is do you pay bills? Do you have a savings? Do you have a credit score? Are you supporting yourself? Are you supporting your self-independence? Also, there's a relationship responsibility, which means do you understand the efforts needed to maintain a relationship? How do you handle your close relationships, meaning with your family and friends? How do you handle relationships with those who have no direct effect on you, like mail carriers or servers in restaurants? Another component of maturity in a relationship is how do they deal with respect? Respect is a deep admiration elicited by someone's abilities, qualities, or achievement demonstrated by concern or consideration. Respect in a relationship is demonstrated in how your partner behaves with you. Do they value your opinion? Do they treat you as an equal partner? Do they honor the rules of your relationship? Another big part of maturity, not only in a relationship but in yourself, is self-awareness. Self-awareness is conscious knowledge of your own character, feelings, motives, and desires. In maturity, when it comes to self-awareness, it's important for you to be self-aware because in that way, you're able to deal with repairing yourself, you're able to deal with growing yourself, you're able to deal with accepting yourself, and you're able to deal when someone rejects you. If you choose to repair, that means you may be coming out of a toxic relationship. You may have adapted in that relationship to survive, but maybe you picked up some trust issues. So you're gonna need to repair yourself. When it comes to growth, maybe you realize that you do have anger issues, and that means you now do the work to deal with them. With acceptance, maybe you figured out that you just can't be monogamous. Your relationships always end in you cheating. What that means then is that when you find your next relationship, your next partner, it can't be with somebody who values monogamy. Now, when dealing with rejection, with self-awareness, you understand that, guess what? There are gonna be people who don't like you for whatever reason. If you have self-awareness and you understand that fact, you're not devastated, meaning your self-esteem is not devastated, your self-worth is not devastated when you are rejected. It also means that you will not act out inappropriately when you are rejected. And that's a good thing. Self-awareness helps to make you teachable in the areas of repair, growth, acceptance, or rejection. So what are some of the red flags in dealing with the pillar of maturity? Well, when it comes to intellectual maturity, perhaps you're not thinking about how your decisions affect yourself or affect others. You can't see or you don't care about the consequences. You can't balance empathy and compassion. With emotional maturity, well, you're somebody who's ruled by their emotions. You can't tolerate delayed gratification. You can't tolerate disappointment. You tend to lash out, or you do tit for tat, or you have temper tantrums, or you believe everything is a joke. When it comes to seeing the red flags with intellectual and emotional maturity, just simply watch how someone deals with failure. What happens when they can't get their way? Now, the red flags and responsibility, well, when it comes to personal responsibility, maybe they don't or they've never lived on their own. They're dependent. Financial responsibility, maybe they have no money, they have no job, they keep poor finances. Relationship responsibility, well, this is probably somebody who treats others as disposable. There's no feeling for the other person in the relationship. They have a tendency to break up just to make up, just to break up again. And the relationship is all about power and control. It's actually a dictatorship and not a partnership. When it comes to respect, a red flag could be that they believe that rules, laws, and authority are meant to be broken. They're put there as a suggestion, and they only apply when the benefit is towards them. For an example, they steal, they expect to get away with it, and they fight tooth and nail against consequences. However, if they are the victim of theft, they expect the law to put 100% efforts in tracking down and bringing the culprit to justice. They also demonstrate a lack of respect for the rules of your relationship. So you will see a lot of game playing. Maybe they're ghosting you, maybe they're doing silent treatment, maybe you're making you into a placeholder. When it comes to self-awareness, a red flag in self-awareness is a disbelief that they need to repair, grow, accept, or reject, no matter who brings it to them. So a red flag in dealing with self-esteem when it comes to rejection is if the person flies off the handle. They feel any rejection is seen as a personal attack against them. And as such, they may have a tendency to lash out in revenge mode. Basically, they want to hurt someone as much as they were hurt by being rejected. When it comes to maturity in relationships, you want to try and pick someone who has some type of mastery over their own intellectual and emotional maturity. Someone who handles their personal, financial, and relationship responsibilities appropriately. Someone who has respect not only for you, but respect for the relationship you are trying to build. Someone who has a high level of self-awareness so that they understand about repairing, growth, acceptance, and handling rejection. The pillar of maturity is very valuable in relationships. Demonstrating maturity in a relationship is a great way to build trust. Well, that's it for this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's